All right, hello. We're gonna be doing something a little different. This is recorded way after a few of the parts you're gonna be seeing and the previous parts. The reason we're doing this is it crashed and I lost all the fucking footage. So I didn't realize that until I went to edit out these last few bits. We're gonna replay this cutscene. That armor is not right. Probably should change the armor first. Just ignore the armor. We'll also go fight a Congo just to get the whole thing. And I can also break down what was causing the crashing, apparently. Well, maybe not what was causing the crashing, but how I fixed it.
No, don't!
I still have no idea what these things are really meant to be. Like, palicos or the palicos are cats. What the fuck are these things? Okay. Well, now we gotta go, fight the thing. So 1 second. Alright, so to answer a question as to how I fixed the crashing, at least as far as I can tell, I was able to play 6 hours without crashing last night. Another problem cropped up, which I think was actually related to the crash, but either way. If you have an AMD GPU, go into the Adrenaline software, go to the Performance tab, go to Tuning, and set, mind you, this is specifically for, like, it might not work for everybody, but this is for a 7800 XT, so it might be different for other people, for people with other levels of GPU.
All right with you.
But set your, I think it's max frequency to 80%. Which, as far as I understand, basically sets the game's, like, basically limits your GPU to 80% of its max power. And that fixed the crashing. It took me so fucking long to figure that out because almost everybody on the areas I searched was like, well, I'm not having crashing. I have a similar GPU and blah, blah, blah to you. I'm not having crashing. Must be a you issue. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's totally just a user error, not because the game is clearly unoptimized.
There, that's our target.
Now, this is also taking place after I have fought Ray Dow. And I'm gonna say this, while Ray Dow has definitely fixed, or definitely been the best fight so far, I still think the game starts off too easy and hunts go on way too quick. Like, the monsters die in parts, like, everything about the game just happens so fast. I feel like I cut tails off so fucking fast. I feel like the monster dies so fast. I also really hate Kongolala, so this is, I would have never hunted this guy again if the game would, or the game or whatever would have allowed it. I also figured out how to do this. I didn't know this was a thing. So yes, I definitely think the game's a little too easy. Obviously, performance is definitely an issue.
Be careful. He looks angry.
I don't necessarily think it's a wound system issue, although I can see how the wound system causes monsters to essentially be in a stagger state at non-stop, especially in multiplayer.
Get a load of these claws.
Currently running on like high graphics. I might lower that down to medium, but just keep the filtering and see how that works. I'm just trying to find a way to make the game way less. Like, that's another thing that makes no sense about the performance. The game doesn't look that good. Like, don't get me wrong, the game looks great when it's running on all cylinders. Like, I've seen the game run on Ultra. But it still doesn't look good enough to justify the shit performance that we have. So I don't get what is going on, other than just poor optimization. Like, maybe too many things running in the background, but like, apparently a lot of the shit's just GPU bound, which, I don't know. I just hope Capcom fixes it soon, way sooner than they fixed fucking Dragon's Dogma, and they still really haven't fixed Dragon's Dogma. At least with Dragon's Dogma, I didn't have a whole lot of crashing. Ah, bitch. Main reason I hate Kongolala, the constant farting. But also, he was a pain in the ass to, fight in Freedom Ultimate, or Freedom Unite, Freedom Ultimate.
Hey, ugly! Over here!
Boom.
What do you suppose this is? Looks violent.
Can we cut the tail off? Surprised you can't, actually. Every single time. Fuck this guy. I don't think I captured him when I first fought him, so we're not gonna capture him now. Mainly because I also don't give a shit about Kongolala. Yeah, let's see if this, how bad this really looks comparatively. To be honest, I can't quite tell. Like, I guess shit looks blurrier, but I can't quite tell the difference. Yeah, he technically doesn't have a roar that I have to worry about. Ow.
Shock trap's down and ready for you.
I mean, I don't have trench bombs though. You know, it's fine. Oh yeah, and he flings this fucking shit at you. Buddy, can you die? There we go. Fuck. This actually took a while. But yeah, game definitely has performance issues. Capcom really needs to acknowledge these issues, because the fact that they haven't really acknowledged that there are issues, and they've only really said something like, oh, please look at our troubleshooting guide if you have, if you're having issues. Because of course it's the players, like, fault. Like, they need to at least acknowledge that, hey, we understand the performance is subpar for what it should be. We are looking into it. We are working on it. In the meantime, here, try these things. See if you get better performance and less crashing. It also doesn't help when half the fucking community is going, oh, I'm not having any issues. Huh, must be a user error. Must be you need to upgrade your system, despite you are working with a 4090 and whatever fucking CPU. Like, I don't know. I know apparently World was also pretty bad when it came into PC. I only played it on PC recently. But yeah. So, again, to recap, to fix the GPU issues, if you're running on an AMD hardware and you are experiencing similar crashing, just go into your Adrenaline software, go to the tuning, manually tune your GPU down to 80% max frequency. Should help. At least it did for me. If it doesn't for you, you may want to look at other things I've seen, like turning off Expo in the RAM, changing your local, I think it's like local memory file, and deleting the shader caches, both of them. There's apparently two of them. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. You'll be seeing more from the past gameplay later. You'll also be seeing more crashing happening. Don't worry about that. That's just from, I will state when it is, okay, look, I'll say this. After Raidao, after Raidao is when the fix happens. Well, technically Raidao is when the fix happens. Like, I've done the fix. And you'll actually see, that's another thing. Even though I've done the fix, at around 5 or 6 hours of gameplay, the RAM use skyrockets, which tells me there's a memory leak as well. which is probably more along, like, from what I know about the anti-cheat, probably has to do with either Denuvo or Capcom's own anti-cheat, because there's 2 fucking anti-cheats running in this game. Also, another thing that has pissed me off about this performance, just while we're airing this out, the benchmark was useless. The benchmark was honestly fucking useless, because even in the segments that of the benchmark, I have ran the benchmark, the run through of the town myself as best as I can recreate it, because the monsters don't run at the same area. Sometimes there are more, sometimes there are slightly less in certain areas. I am not getting the performance that the benchmark was saying I was getting in those areas. I'm not. So the benchmark was just a fucking lie. So thanks, Capcom. Thanks for that. Like, and I'm saying this as the biggest fucking Capcom fanboy. I love Resident Evil. I love Monster Hunter. I love Devil May Cry. Pretty much every one of their other games I have at least played and liked one of them at the very least. Like, Capcom announces a game, I am at the very least inclined to check it out. The performance of this game, however, has made me I'm definitely worried for Resident Evil 9 and any other a few of the decisions in this Monster Hunter game have made me worried for Monster Hunter in general, but definitely the performance. Like, I do think that I will probably play most of my, if I even touch them, play most of my Capcom games off PC, which sucks because I do not want to buy a new console anytime soon, and I know we're probably running up on the later half, if not the end, of this console generation. Like, the only console that is even slightly interesting me is the Switch 2, and that depends on what kind of games Nintendo comes out with it. Like, I am sick and tired of industry-wide games having just shit PC performance. And 9 times out of 10 people are like, oh, it's like, there'll be this whole list of people complaining about performance issues, and then just right next to it there'll be this whole list of people in the community going, oh, well, I'm not having an issue, I got da-da-da-da-da hardware, same as you, must be a you issue. Like, no, the game's unoptimized. Now, I'm not talking about strictly about this game either. The game's unoptimized. That happens with unoptimized games. You can run the exact same set of hardware, it's like level of hardware, but the brand you pick over here is different, or the RAM you pick here is different, or like the clock speed is slightly different, or your cooler is fucking different, so the heat, like, it's fucking insane the way the state of like optimization on the PC right now. Like, I don't understand. Like, look at this. I should, like, the way this game fucking looks right now, honestly, this looks fine, but like, you get, like, look at the rocks, like, what the fuck is that? That is not medium. Like, kiss my ass. And I really hate dogging on this game's performance, because honestly, other than the difficulty issue that I currently have and the story railroading, I love this fucking game. The monsters are cool. Raydell is like my new favorite monster. That monster is so fucking dope. I fucking love Raydell. This moment they release a plushie of him, I'm buying it. That shit's great. Like, every other monster except that motherfucker right there, Rumpopolo, their design's really good. The gameplay is really good, aside from the length of the hunts and how over fucking powered I feel. But the performance, the railroady, handholdy story mode bullshit, it's not. It's bad. It hurts it shoots the game in the knees. It's like taking a Olympic level marathon runner and shooting them in the knees and still being like, well, they can move. I don't know. Either way, I hope the fix that I used fixes it for y'all. If y'all are running AMD. Again, I don't know about NVIDIA. Apparently, a lot of NVIDIA users aren't having crashing issues. They're just having overall shit performance like everyone else. I don't know. I've also seen that a lot of people, depending on your CPU or GPU, with AMD, like if you have a 7900 XTX, the crashing issue isn't terrible, which also makes no sense. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I, however, am going to go ahead and start editing out this part and the next parts, because I have a lot of editing to do between all the crashing, so separate like recording files and like, ugh. Also, he has whatever. When I see you next, or at least closer to this time, we will have beaten Raydal. We're probably gonna farm Raydal. Yeah. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope you are enjoying the playthrough, and honestly, I hope you're enjoying the game. Like, I honestly do. I really hope you're enjoying the game. I love Monster Hunter. I really hope this does bring more people in despite its issues. That being said, they gotta fix the fucking performance. And G rank better be fucking difficult, in all honesty. But I will see y'all later.